Hi, this is Steve from Codename One, and in this video I'm going to show you how to build Codename One from source, Maven edition. So there's two repositories that we're going to check out of GitHub. The first is the Codename One repository. This contains all the core Codename One code. It's all open source, so feel free to look through and get your hands dirty. And the second repository is the CN1 Maven archetypes. This is where we keep the Codename One application project archetype and library project archetype. Keeping them in separate repositories is done just because it was a little bit painful to have them all building from one. It's complicated. So anyways, there's two repositories that we're going to work with. First, we're going to go with the Codename One repository. So I'm going to copy and paste this URL into my command line. I've made a nice empty directory here, and I'm going to do git clone, and then the URL I paste in there. And this will just take a minute or two while it clones the repository. Okay, now I'm going to go into the Codename One Maven directory, and then I'm going to do mbn install. And this is going to download all the dependencies it needs, and it's going to install Codename One into the local Maven repository. You'll notice here that the version I got out of GitHub is 7.0.21-snapshot. Generally, if you're pulling from master, it's going to be a snapshot version. If you're using the Maven Central release, it's not going to be a snapshot version. Okay, successes across the board. We're all done. Codename One is now installed in our local Maven repository. Let's do the same thing with the archetypes project. Copy and paste this. Now I'm going to go back out to my main directory. Now we don't need to be in any particular directory. The project location doesn't matter, but I'm just going to put it the same level as the Codename One for cleanliness. And we'll clone this one. And this one I'm going to be working from the root directory of it. So you can look at the files, the pom.xml is here. So I'm going to do mbn install. And this isn't going to take quite as long as with the Codename One project, but it'll still take a few seconds to do the build. Okay, success. The archetypes project is now installed. So let's create a new project using the Codename One initializer. I'm just going to use the bare bones Java app. Here's a package, main class, and I'm going to download it. This is going to take a second to generate. And the project that I'm downloading is going to be set to use Codename One from Maven Central. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to use my local version. So I'm going to show this in Finder. And I'll open this in IntelliJ. And once I'm in IntelliJ, I'm going to use the pom.xml file, and the formatting isn't ideal in here, so I'm going to reformat this file so that I can parse through it a little bit better. And I am looking for these two properties, cn1.plugin.version and cn1.version. So you can see right now it's using 7.0.19, which is from Maven Central. I am going to change this to use the one I installed in my local repository. There we go. 2.1 snapshot. Okay, and now let's try building this guy and running it in the simulator. There we go. There's my app. And it is using the version of Codename One that I've installed in my local repository. So what's the benefit of doing that? Well, it allows me to work directly on the Codename One source. I can debug the Codename One source. I can make changes to it, and it'll help me improve it to meet my needs. Well, I'd like to thank you for watching this video. In a future video, perhaps I'll go through actually working with the Codename One source. But for now, this should be enough to get you started. Thanks for watching, and happy coding.